Hi everybody, welcome to Carnation Crafts TV. I'm Laura. We've got Taz next door.
Hello, everybody.
I keep waiting. We need to check that you're actually going to do that, because every time I introduce you, I wait and I'm like, is she going to say something? Is she not going to say something? But me and Taz are really excited. We're doing a scanner cut. We've got the USB launch today. So we've got the Serene Vista brand new USB launch. Look at this. So this is brand new today. Now it was available on the website from midnight. Oh, just from this morning. It was loaded on this morning. And what are we on? 10% has gone already before we've even looked at it and seen what's on this. So I know a lot of you do collect them, which is amazing. So you've got the brand new Serene Vistas. So we're going to have a look at the USB. So obviously you already know with Carnation, you get it in the more, this to me is like a jewelry box. It's absolutely stunning, and it's got a magnet that it's just like the simple things that you're just like, oh yeah. Right, so in here you have got 29 SVG designs, and can I just say 29 SVG designs, that does not mean 29 elements. If I just grab that, that is one SVG file. But you could see you've got different elements in there. Like that is one. Whereas if that was a die set, you'd be looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 dies there. And we'd say 7 dies, but that is classed as one SVG file, even though it's more, if you're with me. Right, so we've got 29 SVG designs with the vignettes from Hazy Horizons, Beauty Beyond, Wonderful World, Nestled in Nature, Handmade by, and your bonus card shapes, which we will show you a bit later on, plus 303 backing papers, all in this, well, your little USB. Now, you'll see the colorways on here, which I think is so clever. So if you have one of these, you pop them in there, and then when you print out your index sheet, you'll see that they color coordinate. So if you've got these in a file and you're looking through and you're flicking through to look what you want to cut out, you can easily just look at the color, look in the box, let me go that way, you can see it all, look in there, and then you'll easily can just grab which one you want. So it just, everything, it just works. It just makes your life so much. I love this box. Even the fact it opens out. It is on an offer price right now on the website as well for $19.99. So if you need to grab another one, then grab them while they're on a good price. It opens out, so you can get this. But yeah, you'll also listen. I really like this box. Okay, right. Anyway, let's move on. We're going to the USB. So a brand new USB. What do we get inside? So we've got around the show, and actually I won't go through them in a lot of detail here because you can see them all on the board, but to give you a little bit of an idea of what you're going to get in this USB. Look at that. So much you've got in here. I love the different, you know, you've got things from planes, trains, automobiles to go into the park. You've got your, obviously you've got your card shapes, you've got nestled in nature, so you've got little woodland animals to ride on a bike. But what I love about this is, if I had all of these here and they were all individual dies, it would probably be in a box about that big to be able to fit them in. It would be an absolute fortune. And if you're somebody like me, I don't have a huge craft room. So for me, storage is an issue. So for me, being able to get a USB like this with a variety of different themes speaks to me. The other thing as well for me is maybe when Pedal Power was out in the collection, maybe you couldn't afford to get that collection that month. Maybe you had to like buy new tires or if you're like me at the minute, you've got to fix broken garden fences. So you can't afford to spend money on, you know, your hobby, on your crafting. So you missed out on certain things. This is such a lovely way to be able to get different collections. And also, if you make and sell, because you can make and sell all your makes with Carnation, maybe you're looking at this and you're thinking, well, I didn't want to buy the die set with planes, trains and automobiles, or pedal power on, or maybe the skyline on, because I don't know how much I'd actually use them to be able to justify buying it to make and sell. This is such an affordable way to be able to get so many different varieties in your projects. But we'll go through the board so you can see exactly what it is that you're getting, because you can see in so much more detail what it is that you were getting. So, I mean, what a absolutely stunning, hang on a minute, bear with. So this is the weathered square frame. You can see this is what it's going to look like when you've cut it out. So just using your cardstock mat and layer those up as well. But you've also, don't forget, you've got the vignettes to be able to cut them out as well. You've got the weathered circle frame as well. How pretty is that? And again, look at that. That is going to be absolutely every and any occasion you could use that for. Amazing thing about this as well, obviously I absolutely adore dies, but if that was a die, that is the size the die would be. On the scan and cut, you can make that bigger, so you could make that into an 8x8 card if you wanted it to be, and then you can have your embellishments or everything inside the card, so you can resize these to what you want them to be. This is ready for the beach from the lazy. One says hazy, one says lazy. Hazy Horizons collection. Let me just move that, my boards are falling. Right, so we've got a cute little seagull. I mean, he's just ready to swoop in and grab somebody's chips. You've got rubber ring, that's it, I couldn't think what it was called, and he's got his little sun hat. I mean, that is just absolutely adorable, so cute. And again, you can mix and match that up, and they work with the other collections that you've got in here as well. So this one is around the show that you've got, and you can see, so Taz has just said she's counted 15 SVG files here on its own, and that's just these without the mats to go with them. So you can see you've got mats there to mat on these on top of. But like this one, there's remember that. Actually, hang on. Hold the line, hold the line, hold the line. Hold the line. From that, now you could absolutely never do that with a die, but you can resize it on the anchor as well. And actually, Ted, I'm calling him Ted. Oh, Taz just said Derek, and Ted the seagull. Oh, that doesn't rhyme, does it? Sid the seagull. So you can resize them, so you can make them into their own card shapes, exactly like this. I mean, that is absolutely stunning. And you know, to get that, just like that as a die form, you'd be paying what you're paying for the USB just for that on its own, which is absolutely amazing. So you've got all of around the show, which absolutely work perfectly. Then we've got, what was this one? Off the sand. So this is off the sand. You've got the sand going down there. You've got like the fence posts, and you can tell somebody's just waiting to come back there. They've got the bucket with the hat on. You've also got the mat there to go with it. Then we've got the dune flower arrangement. So you've got the different colours there in the flowers that you can go with. And again, you can resize these too. So if you want to get these in different sizes and layer them up, you can do that as well.
Sorry, everybody.
Bear with. Is it there? there? Is there 3? Right, flowers. Next one. We've got sand flourish next. Now this I absolutely adore because you can see that cutting it out in the vignettes, obviously it looks like sand. You could easily go in and place your ready for the beach or around the shore there and it's going to work perfectly. But if you cut that out in different colour cardstock, it is going to look completely different. Like you could cut that out in green and it's going to look like a bush. So you can do it in different colourways and that's going to look completely different. Then we've got Soaking Up the Rays, which is these 2 adorable little mice. So you can see he's getting his towel ready to have a little sunbathe and she's already there with a mirror soaking up the sun. And you've got the mats there as well. So if you wanted to, you could resize these and make these to 6x6 cards just on their own, which is absolutely amazing. So if you know somebody that's a big fan of the mice, you can do that. So all of that is from Hazy Horizon. Now we're going to go on to the next one. And I've had to put the boards down here because there's so many. So next one. Right, so this one is one that's on its own, which is Nestled in Nature, which was a Crafter's Select, was it? Yes, so this one was not in the collection. This one was on its own. And what an amazing one to be able to get. Because when you look at them, you can mix those in. And do you know, I think you could probably mix that up with nearly every collection that you would have. Especially in this size where you could pop them in, use them as little embellishments or little fillers in your cards. But absolutely stunning. You've got everything there from little mice to squirrels, frog, slug, hedgehog. You've got birds, robins, the rabbit. You've got absolutely so much in there. And they look absolutely stunning cut out like that, don't they? So cute. Right, next one. Butterfly Hunter. Is that what you said? I thought you said Flutterby. Butterfly Hunter, which I think we can all relate to this at some point in our life. Did you, Taz? Oh. Are you actually? So I just said, I think we can all relate to this because I can remember being this exact child running through my nan's garden trying to catch butterflies and collect butterflies, and we'd have a little net and we'd put the butterflies in, and then at the end when I've had a look at them you'd let them go. So I've just said to Taz, do you remember doing this? And she's responded with,
I'm scared of butterflies. That's what I said. I don't like the things that can flap in my face, you know, birds and stuff. Do you know what? I'm leaving. Bye.
Do you know what? You're not the only person though that's told me they're scared of butterflies. So, right, these ones are from Beauty and Beyond. This is Make a Frame. So you've got elements there, so you can see you can build up your frame with that work with this bit. So you've got the corner elements and the squares, so that when you bring them in, this is what they're going to look like. So you can decorate the frame, and obviously you can change the size of that as well. But again, you can change the whole size of it on the scanner cut as well. So picture wall next. This is just, I really like that. Do you know what that makes me think of? And I have absolutely no idea why, if there's something in the film, but it makes me think of 101 Dalmatians. It makes me think of that. It just makes me think of that old Mary Poppins. You know, something like that. But can you imagine that? Hang on. And then you can pop them in there. You could literally, if you know somebody who is a Twitter that goes bird watching, you could pop the little birds in, and then you could pop a little bit of the birds in. Then you could put like, to my friend in the different frames, or you could pop a picture in there. You could do so much with this. I absolutely adore this one. So this one was, what was this one? Picture wall. So you've got that one. handmade by, I mean, I think we all could do with it, especially if you make and sell, or even if you don't make and sell. It's just nice to know that who you're giving them to are going to know that you've actually handmade your card. You've got your little flower there, so you've got handmade by, and then you've got the space in underneath, so you could stamp your name. I know some people have like stamps with their names or like their craft name if they go to stores and things like that, or you could just sign your name at the bottom there. Then we've got stonework, stylish stonework. I adore this one. This is actually going to be my first demo using this one. So you've got almost like this window that you can see there. Equally, tunnel. Oh, remember this? No, with the planes, trains and automobiles. And then you could have that as a tunnel. So you can see you've got your stonework, you've got the window that's going to sit in there, you've got the florals and the foliage as well. So you could actually have that as a window and decorate it either way. That is absolutely stunning. And you can see all the detail you get in the detail cut as well. Don't think just because they're SVG, you're not getting all the same detail that you would get if you had it in die form, because you do. You get exactly the same. So our next one is fancy feature. This stunning lamppost. Now, what I love about this, you could change the colouring on that and make it maybe a bit more green, a bit more purple. It's going to work for Halloween. You could put some holly and things down there. It's going to work for Christmas. You could use that and have a couple in front of it, or with a scene behind, and it's going to be like a Valentine. This is going to be used so much. Get your tiny lights in there. It's going to look absolutely amazing. I don't think there's a show where I don't mention tiny lights. They are absolutely amazing. Right, on the windowsill is this one. So you've got, obviously, a windowsill. You've got like a cake. That could be like a pie, apple pie. You've got your sandwich, you've got your drink, you've got your jug, and you've got your stunning little vase there with your florals in. Again, build that up. That could be behind, bear with. That could be behind there. So you could set this behind there so it looks as if you're looking in. Or you could put this in the front and have that at the back so it looks like you're looking out, and then have the florals behind there. So lots of different ways. This is what I love about the USB. You get so much that everything works so well together. Forgotten tools, this one. So you've got, this is the cutest little thing. You've got the wheelbarrow that you can see there. You've got your ladder, you've got the bucket. You can add these in to the wheelbarrow. So you could pop little bits in there. Equally though, like when I do think of a wheelbarrow, I just think of my dad trying to do something. So I think of tools and things like this one, forgotten tools. You could easily pop like the ladder in, pop the bits of wood and things in that's just been left, you know, in the wheelbarrow. But you could fill those with flowers. So it could be like a gardener's. You could be filling the wheelbarrow full of flowers, and that's going to work absolutely perfectly. Beyond the garden, I love this one. You've got that beautiful scene there, like you're looking out at the hills and the mountains. You've got the clouds and you've got your tree. And again, remember this one because it works perfectly with some others that are coming up as well. But you could easily add in the flowers. You could also put those behind that window, the stonework that we showed you. Then we've got garden catch-up, which, I mean, I don't need to say anything about them, do I? How adorable are them? That's like me saying, oh, we'll be back at 10, even though 10 o'clock's nearly been, and that's Taz looking at me like, what? And you've got the hedge there as well, so you can build up a scene again with those. But that's just beauty beyond and nestled in nature. So, and look how much is there. No, we don't. Right, hang on. We've gone through Hazy Horizon. We've gone through those two, and the other boards I've got are these. Yes, okay, never mind. Calm. Can we what? Right, let me stick that where that needs to go. Right, so this is your life in motion card shape. I don't know which is, I'm just going to show it to you. Let me show you the card because I think that's the best way to show it. So you do have all the mats and layers, so you can mat these together, but this mechanism goes on the inside like that. So you pull them so that, but you can use them with other parts as well. So like if I grab that and then I'm just going to put it down, and then that could be your card, but then that's just going to go back in there. So you've got little pull tabs, and that's how it comes. How cool is that? And you know, I always take for granted, but you know, if you gave that to somebody who is not a crafter, they would be blown away at how you've made that. So that's going to go in there. So this is all of the elements that you need to make that card. So the next thing that we're going to look at is the planes, trains and automobiles, which we have got here. Right, so planes, trains and automobiles. I absolutely love this one. Now, remember the stylish stonework I was saying you could cut into it, make it into a bridge. You've got those scenes from the park as well. So you've got beyond the garden, which was the trees and the clouds. You could have that behind these, so you're building up a scene. But you've got the train carriage with the train, which is I think every little boy goes through a phase of the train set, then go into the cars and the bikes and things like that. So there's just so many ways you could use these, you know, for you know, adults as well. You've got the cars, you've got the bike, but you've also got the plane and the hot air balloon as well. So you could put these in with the clouds in your backgrounds and things as well. So that's number one. That's from Wonderful World. Park Life, which I think is the most adorable one on there. So we've got the cat and the dog. Now the dog could be chasing the cat, the dog could be chasing his frisbee, that's the word, and his golf ball. Thanks for the help there, Taz. We've got the park bench there as well that you can fit in. You've got the trees in the background, and you've got those bushes, the hedges that you can build in. So you could really build a lovely scene with that one. So skyline card shape next. So you've got different skylines with these. So you can see there. So this to me is more of like your city skyline. And then you've got almost like, these could be houses or homes. So different ways of using them. You can mat those on top of that as well. But you've also got the clouds as well that you can pop into the backgrounds. And then we've also got the card shapes, because you do get bonus card shapes with these, which do not come in die form. They are only available on the USB. So let me turn that on. Number one, which is the flip card that you can see there, and you can see how pretty. Oh, oval frame card. This one is. Look at that. And that frame, think how many collections you can use that frame with, and how many different ways. It almost looks like a mirror as well, doesn't it? Like a really fancy mirror. So use it in different ways, but you can see what that is going to look like. So that's the oval frame card. And then this is the flip card. So you can see how that is going to stand up. And then this one is the rectangle frame stepper card. Let's just put some of my card under there so you can see the. That doesn't work, does it? I got a card right in front of me, Laura. What's wrong with you? So you can see the pattern on there. How pretty is that? you see? Isn't that pretty? And you can use that. This is the lovely thing as well. You can use that. So you could just use that if you wanted to and use that as a mat on its own. Or you could make just that frame bigger and use that as a card. So just have a rectangle card on its own. But you can see how perfectly that is like that with the stepper card. So you've got those 3 card shapes which are exclusive. They're not in die form to the USB. Then you've also got, let me just put that down. Then you've also got the 303 backing papers that are going to go with that as well, which is amazing. But should we, no, let's do some samples. Samples, I'm like, let's cut something out. No, samples. Right, let's grab some, and then we can do some, we're going up here, aren't we? Right, so this one, so this is the one that we showed you just, well, I showed you just now. So you can see bringing in and making the SVGs larger and making them into your own card shapes. Look at this. How pretty is that? So bringing in all of the different elements. So this is Forgotten Tools, so that lovely ladder, making it bigger, using it in the jug, the pie from on the windowsill. So bringing in different elements with them and making them larger. They work so well. Then we've got this one here. So that's using that card shape. How pretty is that? And don't forget, it does all the work for you. So like your score lines in the card shape, the machine does that for you. The score lines are put into the design of the SVG for you. So there's another one with the card shape. So you can see how that's going to fit. So remember, all the score lines are put in. And then I'm going to show you the other one with the same card shape. So you see how they look like. That's so pretty. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? You just want to be sat here somewhere and that's your view, don't you? And you can smell the fresh pie that's just been cooked and you're just sat there and that is your view. So pretty. Oh, look! I need to... Who's this? Tanya. Look at that. I love this frame. I just think there's just something about it that just, it's something really different as well, isn't it? So you've got one here with Wendy. I'm going to show you this, right? So this is the card. Love what Wendy's done because she's actually made the card into the trees so that all matches up. With the train in front of it, it looks absolutely stunning. But I'm going to show you the back because you know the actual SVG file of the handmade by, she's written it. So don't forget, you can put pens on your scan and cut. So all of these that I'm showing you that you can cut, you can draw. And that's what Wendy's done, look. And drawn the handmade by and just put a bit to put a name under it. How good is that? Getting a bit sidetracked now, Taz. Right, we've got another one here. Oh, look at this. Who's this one by? Oh, Wendy again. Look. That is not Taz as her younger self in the garden. Look at that one. How good is that? So bringing in, you know, don't forget you can weld these to make card shapes like this. Who's on this one? Karen. You can see how you can weld them. So if you want to design your own cards, or if you want to go from something like this, even though he's been made larger to make this card, to something like, this is my fave. That is my absolute fave. Who's on this one? Jackie. Say that again, Taz. Steve the seagull for Suzanne after her husband. So that's what Steve the Seagull will be called from now on. He is my fave. And then look at this. I love the dimension that you can get on these. And just how effortless everything works. Should we go, do you want to see some more, or are we going to jump in? Aww. They're so cute. Love this. And do you know what? Mail cards can be really difficult to buy for, to make. How lovely is that? And the lovely thing with that as well, obviously you could change that. So if maybe your husband likes cars, put a car there, put a bike there. You can change them, you can mix them up. Look, getting ready for a sunbathe. Which I think we all want to be there now, don't we? Just getting ready to just lie in the sun. Love that. Just going in and making up your floral cards with these. Then we've got, look at that. Oh, all the little butterflies going around, bringing in the flowers. You've got stuff there from the park life beyond the garden. So really building that up. Look. So we've got our little mouse there with the ice cream. They just work so well. We've got beach, building in that scene. You can see how you can bring other elements in as well. So you've got like your sandcastle, bringing in all the extra elements that you've got on there and mixing them up as well. So bringing in the park life, bringing in the stylish stonework, bringing in the mice with the hedge in there. You can really change the look of these. So if I just leave that one there, and I bring that one in, they're both from the stylish stonework, but bringing in other elements, you can see how they change so much. And you can just see he's cheeky trying to get in, change them. So don't be afraid to go in and change the size of them, like this one. I'm going to just grab this. Look at that. And this is actually one of almost like the embellishments that come with on the USB, because I'm going to grab, there you go, this is the size that would come as, that's been enlarged to that to use the whole card shape. So we've got that there. I've just got 3 more to go through, so we'll go through everybody and then we'll get in to demo. Taz. What? It's the sun. Wendy. I think that does it. Yeah, Wendy. Yes. Yeah, it was on the other one as well I just showed you. Taz is loving the sun. I'm going to say it's supposed to be the sun. Yeah. Are you ready for this? Do you know what that makes me think of? Do you know when they have like dried flowers and things on display? That's what it makes me think of. Like they've put them in that. You could do that with it. You could put real flowers in there, couldn't you? But love that. Who did that one? Wendy again. Look at that. Right, let me just pop these back in there. And then we'll do a demo. There's so many. Right. Right, I'm gonna have to move this as well, because otherwise the mat is gonna catch it. So I'm gonna have to put that down there. Right. Let's do a demo. So let's cut something out. We're gonna cut out some flowers. So we've got our Dune flower arrangement. So we're going to cut this out, okay? So first, what we're going to do, first of all, is go to the USB, okay? So we're going to go onto the USB. There you go. So you're going to pop your USB in the side, really, really easy, okay? And then you're going to go to retrieve data. Then you're going to go to the USB symbol. If I click something by accident, I cannot see that screen, okay? The glare from the light is like right on the screen, but you can see, which is the most important thing. So you've got, obviously this is a USB with SVG files. So as long as you've got a machine that can read SVG files, you can use it on that. It's not just the scan and cut, okay? So you've got your Cricut SVG files there, and you've got SVG files and vignettes there. And when you print off your artwork, your vignettes, it's the same USB. So everything is on that USB for you, including the papers, okay? So we're going to click on that. And then you've got all of your SVG files there in alphabetical order. So we're going to go down to Dune flower arrangements, which is right there. Click on that. And then you can see you've got detailed cut, you've got your mats. You're like, actually, I'm going to just click on that so you can see it. So can you see all of the detail that you get in that? Can you see it okay? You still get all of the detail that you would get on a die in the detail cut. So you're not getting less. Okay, but what we can do is we can also, you've also got a speed cut. So depending on what you want to do with them, sometimes I'll use the speed cut more, and then whatever is kind of like the top layer, I'll do a detail cut on, because if I'm going to mat and layer things on top of each other, it doesn't really matter so much. So if I click on speed cut now, can you see it's going to cut out around and give us a bit less detail, but it's still cutting everything out that we need to. But the lovely thing with this is you can already see it's going to cut more out. So it depends on what you want to do, okay? So I'm going to press OK, because that's what I'm going to do. And then you can see now everything's loaded onto my mat, okay? But all of those now are individual cut files. So what we need to do now is group everything. So we're going to click Edit. We're going to click the red boxes here. And then we're going to click the whole mat. So that's going to select everything. So can you see now everything's got a red box around it? We're going to press OK. Then we're going to go back into Object Edit, and we're going to click this. So that makes everything into one square. So if I press that now, can you see everything's changed to one square? We're going to press OK. So that's grouped everything together. So what we're going to do next is we're going to scan our printout. So we've already gone in, we've printed out our artwork, and we're going to scan that into the machine. So I'm just going to pop the piece of paper down, and this is going to go on there like that. So I'm just going to load that. That's going to just read the mat, and then we're going to go to this button here, which you can see it's like a bar that goes over the mat, and that bar, that's our scan, or like Taz is saying, like an oven. So we're going to press start, and that's just going to take the mat in and just scan that image. So we're going to be able to see the artwork on the screen. So that's just going to go in and come back out. It is quiet. Right, so you can see now the artwork. Right, I'm going to try and zoom in so you can see. Bear with, because I don't want my head to get in your way. Right, okay. Right, so I'm going to go in now. I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to zoom in again. Right, can you see that corner bit there? Right, so you've got that corner bit there. So what I need to do now is the SVG file, corner bit is here. All you have to do is line that corner up. So I'm just going to move that there. And if I prefer to move it myself, and then when I get close enough, I will just use the arrows and just get it exactly where I need it to go. Press OK, and then when I zoom out, everything's lined up. Okay. Now, what I tend to do, this is just my preference, there's no right or wrong way of doing this, is once I've lined that up, I'll go back into Object Edit and ungroup everything. And then what I'll do is that large rectangle that goes around the sheet, that will cut out. Now, I find it easier so that it doesn't cut it out. So once I've lined everything up, just delete that rectangle, and then, well, I'll show you, because then that it doesn't cut out. It's just easier for me to pull the everything off. So I'm going to press OK again. It's going to ask you what you want to do. You're going to press cut. That's going to process. It's going to tell us roughly 6 minutes. It will not take 6 minutes. Press start. I'm a bit thinking about my Mac, because last time I have retacked it. It came loose. So that's scanning now the paper for the depth of the paper, and that's just done everything itself. So it's saying 6 minutes. I can guarantee you it won't take 6 minutes, but that's going to cut out now perfectly for us. And if you only want maybe 1 or 2 things, so how I grouped everything together, if maybe you only wanted 2 of these florals cut out, you can just take the other parts away and just cut those 2 out if you're making a project. So you can do that. And it's exactly the same as well if you're resizing. So if you're printing these out, I should have said this earlier, shouldn't I? So if you're printing out, let me grab another one. So if you were printing out like you would if you were using a die, okay? So if you've printed out at 100%, or let me just put that one there. So if I've printed that out, this now is 100%. So exactly like I would if I was doing a die, okay? So you'd print it out at 100% and you know the die is going to fit on there perfectly. So if you print this out and you print it at 50% because you want it smaller, when you group everything together like I just showed you, what you do is then go into the size and click 50% on there, and they'll match. So what I tend to do is if I've printed something out to 50%, just get a pencil and just write 50% in the corner, or 70% or 30%, and then you'll remember what size it was. Because then all you've got to do is put the same percentage in on the scan and cut, and it'll cut the same. Does that make sense? Right, okay. So if you're going to do if you want to do resizing, just remember to write it down. Say that again? What, left? Shall I just do my demo then? Well, that's cutting out. Because I can't believe how quick that time's gone. To be fair, yeah, we have got a lot to go through on this. Right, we'll do this as that's doing that. So we are going to go in with, so I'm using the stylish stonework for this. Let me just move these up a bit. So I've got my 6x6 card, and this is just going to mat onto there. So this is just going to go on there like that. And then I'm just going to put this down flat because we're going to build, oh, it's moving, build the rest up. But you know what, this is the nice thing of, you know, when you're cutting out with the SVG files, so like if I was cutting this out now, I could be sat here now doing my mats and layers while that's cutting out. So you could just be sat here like this now thinking, oh, I'm going to do my mats and layers, I'm going to get this bit ready while that's doing everything for you, instead of you being there cutting out. So if you make and sell, it's such a great way to actually kind of get some time back that you put into it. So I've cut out that stylish stonework already, and I'm going to stick this onto some acetate, which is on offer on the website. This is, so this is gonna just sit on there. So stick that on this. I've just got, there you go, you can see that. So I've just got that acetate there. I need scissors. This, so this is going to go down, so I'm not fussed about you seeing the back of it. So all I'm going to do is just run my scissors around the edge. So just tuck your scissors under, just to cut off, you know, any of that excess that you've got there behind. So we've got that there like that. Oh, and that's finished as well. Right, should we, what do you want to show this, or do you want to show? Right, let me just take this out so it's not in the way. So you just press the unload mat, so load or load mat, and then we've got that. So we'll show that in a minute. Let's finish doing this card. So we've got our stonework. We're going to pop this. Now I've cut that, and I want this to I love when things like hang off the card slightly. So we're going to pop this along that side there. So this is just going to go along there like that. And then this is going to go there, I think. And I'm going to I'll stick that there. Right, so this is going to go there. So I'm just going to use some pin flare speed, so I'm doing the foam, and that's just going to sit there like that. Then we've got the top bit, which is going to go on there like that, just to decorate it. So this is just going to sit on top, so you can go in and decoupage these up if you want, or you could you could cut a couple of these out and make them into a different shape if you wanted to. But I'm going to just pop that on there like that, so it's giving you that decoupage on there. And then we've got the window part. This is going to sit obviously on top of that acetate, so I'm just going to pop some glue on the back of this one. And that is just going to sit on there. Squash that a bit now. And that like that. And then we're going to go in here. So this bit now, I've pulled in lots of different SVGs that are on there. So I've got this, which is from, let me see if you can see, Around the Shore. Is it? Oh yes, it is, yes. So we're going to add, actually I'm going to add this in first. So we've got that there, and that's going to go there. So let's pop this in. And that's going to go there like that. And then we're going to build these in then. So, actually, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tuck that behind there, because I can. So I'll pull that off. That's going to go there. That's going to go there. And then this is going to sit there like that. And then this one's going to go on top just to break up some of that pink. I've glued it to my finger. I mean, as we all do, I guess. Right, let me just wipe that off, otherwise I'm going to stick to absolutely everything. Right, and then I've got another little bit of pink from those same florals that I'm going to tuck in there just to bring those pinks in with everything else. So just so that matches in. And then I'm going to stick my, I'm just going to do this for speed because I haven't got the mat. So I'm just going to go like that. Stick that on there. And then this is just going to go in the center. Like that. So we've got that, but oh, where are you going? Ah, let me come back over. So you can do that, but we could add in, if we wanted to, some of these. So this is what I mean. So do you know when I said about taking the rectangle off, it would have cut this black line. Yeah, that's all it would have done, but I just find it easier just to take it off, and then I can just peel everything off together. Are you with me now? Oh, no. So, look at that. Ah, okay, hang on. So you've got that one there with poppies, and then how pretty are these? And doing it like this with a speed cut, you know, you're getting two of these ones, so you're getting two of each. So you could quite easily go in and build these up, couldn't you? Like I could easily just grab that card now, you know, and you could easily go in and build these up, couldn't you? You could add, I could add that in there now. That's going to go with that. Pop that in there and build them up, couldn't you? Really, really easy. You could, oh, do you know what you could also do? Get a little card. You could make a frame with these. Oh, do you know, for poppies, for like Remembrance Day, or if you're like my grandfather was in the army, so there's some pictures of him. Like we could put a picture, and then you could have these going like that, like a frame, and then you've got the picture in the middle. You can weld them together, so you could make that. They'd also be perfect as borders. Do you know, on your cards as a little border. They could have so many different ways. And then obviously, and you don't have to be frugal with them, because like one cut of that going through the machine, and you've got two of each. So you could even go in, you know, and do a different one. So you could go like that. Have that one there. And then you could add these bits in to decoupage them up. And then you've got all the decoupage elements as well. So don't forget, you've also got all these bits you can add in and decoupage them up and make a lovely frame. Or it could be a wall, like a wall mount, a picture frame. It could be a shadow box. So many different ways you could use them. And obviously, don't forget, you can resize them as well. So we are going to be back at 2 today. She's made sure she's told me the right time. It's 2. We're going to be back at 2. At 2 o'clock, though, we are going to have Into the Winter and Into Spring, and we're doing a craft along with both. So Into the Winter is the new extension pack that we had this morning. If you didn't see it, you'll see it again at 2, but we're going to do a craft along at 2 o'clock. So if you've done anything equally with Into Spring, we'd love to hear from you, hear what you think of it, what cards or projects you've done with it, or if you've got any ideas of using them together, then come and join me and Taz at 2. And I hope you've loved the new USB. If you want to see more of the USB, I will be on Hobby Maker with it tomorrow at 4 o'clock, but we'll be back at 2 today. So I hope you'll join us at 2, and if not, I'll see you tomorrow on Hobby Maker. Bye for now.